Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know me, my name is Gisselle Adriana, and we do a little bit of everything in this channel, so just keep watching. I have this Morphe highlighter and it's all broken. I think you guys have seen it in my previous video, like it's turned up. And I have some of these ones. I got these off of Amazon, and it's like a little container. I was thinking about making it a loose pigment and like just packing it in here. We're gonna fold it in half, and after you fold it in half, you can just start dumping it in there. Take in mind, this is my first time doing this, so it might not come out completely correct. I made these scissors to get the ones from the edges. Well, as I was saying, I think the ones that were where you use rubbing alcohol or whatever that liquid is to make your eyeshadows or like powders go back to the way it was into the pan. But what I was thinking is I could clean this and put my lashes in there, so when I travel I have a mirror and my lashes with me. Crush it up even more with the I'm gonna use the brush. So with the brush, just crush it. And now I have my highlighter. So the area where I live has this store that sells lashes, and they're like a store that's not really known there, so it's like kind of like a hidden gem. And they had an offer, you buy 3 for $10, which I thought was pretty good. There you go. I got this all at me. And the store's called Extreme. Well, the store is not called the way the lash is called because it's like a clothing store mixed with the lash store. And so this is called, the lashes or whatever their company is called, Extreme Lashes. And so that was the style at me. And then we have Secret Garden, which is kind of like a more wispy looking ones. And then we have Fairy, which is like this. So we're gonna be using one of these today. And then I also picked up a sponge from Walgreens. I had this before. It's like the oversized blending sponge, and I kind of really like it. I thought it was similar to the Real Technique body sponge, except it's flat and pointed, so I really liked it though. We'll compare its size to when it's dry versus when it's wet. It's like a kind of like the beauty blender shape to it, except it's like been flattened. So it has like a nice edge to it, a pointer, and then like a nice round thing. So this is how it was before, and then this is how it looks after. So as you can tell, it grew like a bit bigger than its size would be because this no longer fits in here, so you have all that left over. So I would say it feels pretty similar to like the Techniques. It's just it's more flat. I prefer this one because it's flatter and that way it's easier to clean. I also picked up the Fit Me loose powder in Fair Light because I'm gonna use this to set my under eyes. And then I saw this pencil, the Wet n Wild micro brow pencil, and I got it in the shade deep brown. It was pretty cheap too. I got it for $2.99, so I thought it was a really good price point, drugstore price point for an eyebrow pencil, because a lot of eyebrow pencils are $5, $6, $7 at the drugstore, but the Morphe ones are $3. So I want to see how this one compares to the Morphe one. I don't know if you guys know, but at Target they're selling a new cosmetic brand called Profusion Cosmetics, and so I got their highlighting and contour palette, which has 2 darker shades, a banana shade, and then 3 highlighters. Although I think this one reminds me of Trophy Wife, and this one might be a little too dark, but we shall see. Under list, and it has a lot of more like colorful colors, and then there are neutrals on this side, so I kind of wanted to try this out too. And their sets always come with a brush, which I really enjoy. Their brushes are really soft, twistable end on one side, the retractable pencil, and then it has the spoolie on the other side. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have very little to no tail, and that's because I decided in high school to pluck my own eyebrows, and so now they look like strokes. But let's be honest, I can't do light strokes. I tried to do light strokes for my eyebrows, but it never ends up working. First impressions on the eyebrow pencil, I really like it. It's easy to glide on. It's really easy to wipe off if you make a mistake. The bristles of the spoolie isn't too long, so it gives you more of a run through your brows, which I really like. After I clean my eyebrows up, I run through with the wet sponge around them to minimize any harsh lines. So I'm just gonna brush through them, and I like to fluff up the beginning of it. And I do say, like after this is somewhat dry, I go back in with a second. That way these eyebrows in the front really stay up, and you run it back before you run it the way your hairs go. That way they all stay in place. Because when you have too much eyeshadow primer, it could crease. And then when you don't have any eyeshadow primer and you have oily eyelids, then it also creases. So just a little something to make the oils of your eyelids not break through your eyeshadow. Right after I set my base, I apply my face base, because I kind of want it to be where it's soaking into my skin but not disappearing. This is really dirty, so no judgment, but this is the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. Looks like this. Mira. Y luego, then you glide it on your clean face. And I'm saying clean face because you do not want a dirty face and applying this, because then when you have a clean face and you reapply it, then you're gonna break out. And then just sort of pat it in. and this feels amazing. So we're gonna be trying out this bad boy, okay? And I would say these pan sizes are really good pan sizes compared to like other ones, but it's like 1/3 of my finger, so good size. It always comes with a fluffy brush or like a pointed buffer brush. So there's this one from this palette and from the other palette that I found that I got from the clearance section, and it was brand new, which is slightly bigger, but it's dual ended and has flat side. The Morphe one, I don't know, this has a name, but it came with a Morphe brush set, and I really like this for like blending in transition shades. So we're gonna just go in with the transition shade, which will be, we'll go in with Coast. I would say they're really easy to blend, so yeah. So that's Coast. We'll build it up. Then Cool Tone. That was in here. I was not aware, but that's that. I'm actually gonna do one eye off camera and I'll be right back. So I did this eye off camera, and I was going for something a little more springy, but it ended up looking like a more of like a, I don't know, like a magenta purple dramatic eye. A little more dark and dramatic than I would have anticipated. Go Girl. And as you can tell, this has a kind of like a pink reflex to it. It's not just all purple. I thought it was purple. Was it purple? I'm just gonna put this all over the cream. This eyeshadow isn't that pigmented. It might be because of the shadow I laid before, the Coast shadow that is just taken away from the whole pink, but that would be my fault. And then going with the brush we used to set our eyes with, our base with, we're gonna go back and blend it out. After we lay that color down, we're gonna go in with the brush the palette came with, and we're gonna be using Retro, which is this indigo. Focus it on the outer corner like so. For this shadow, you're not really gonna want to tap it off, but whatever you get, you want to brush it on your eyelid because the pigment does get away once you tap it off. You're gonna want to bring it into the crease ever so slightly. So you're gonna go back with the pink, which is Go Girl, and you're gonna diffuse the two together. Diffuse the edge. So that is somewhat what you should have. And then going in with the other side of the brush. Spray it. Nimbus, which is this shade. It has sort of like a pink reflex to it. Pack it on our lid. Ooh, look at that. And then after you swipe it on, you're gonna go in with your finger, lightly press over. Then you're gonna spritz your sponge and you're gonna pat your face. We're gonna go with Secret Garden. Secret Garden Lashing.